Joining us for more in a CNBC exclusive is Jeff Jones, President and CEO of H&R Block. Jeff, thanks for being here. You've been talking to investors all day long. Why do you think the stock price reacted the way it does? Where was the disappointment?
Well, great to be with you, Sarah. I think, to start with, we're a business that because of our seasonality, this second quarter, we lose money every year. So we beat on revenue. We improved our pre-tax loss. Our EPS loss was solely due to a tax strategy that will be favorable on an annual basis. And it's important to keep in mind that this quarter only represents about 5% of our business. What was most important today was Block Horizons, which you alluded to. We really reintroduced our investors to all the work that's been happening at H&R Block, and importantly, our focus moving forward on small business, financial products, and continuing to digitize the tax experience, what we call Block Experience.
So what do you think the problem has been, Jeff? I'm just looking at the year-to-date performance, even up to this year, down 25%, while the S&P is up about 15%. Is it that investors think of you as an old-school tax shop where you have to go in person, which a lot of the stores have been closed? Is that the problem?
I think there's a couple things that have been misunderstood, and that's what was so great about today was to start to share more clarity about what we've been up to. Because we have a lot of real estate footprint, I think people naturally think retail and put us in that category. What we shared with investors today, though, was remembering that our footprint is an asset in today's business. It's incredibly flexible. All of our real estate is leased, and every year, about 1/3 of our real estate comes up for renewal. So we have a lot of flexibility and, frankly, expense leverage over time to reposition the network as we need to.
Is Block Experience, Jeff, something that you feel like you should have launched earlier as a business? Is it a response to other online offerings, or are you ahead of the curve?
It's a great question. This is actually the third year of building these capabilities. What's new this year is really positioning it in the context of our three imperatives. But we're at a point now, based on investments we made in 2018, where if you want the expert help from a Block tax professional, you can get that through your mobile device. You can approve online, pay online, submit online, upload your documents online. We had all this in place for the last couple years. It was really stress tested in COVID in the last tax season. And so we feel very good about these capabilities and are excited to go to market, here in a few months.
Why emphasize, Jeff, small business right now when it's such a painful time for small businesses across the country and it's such a competitive market?
Yeah, it's funny. I think a lot of times people wonder, why are we diversifying? And the fact is we're already in all three of these businesses. So this is really about investing more in business we already have. Today, we serve about 2.5 million small business owners. So they already turn to H&R Block for tax expertise, for bookkeeping, for payroll. And there's no question that the pandemic has impacted them in very bad ways. But we absolutely believe small business owners will lead us out of the recession, just like they did the last time. And we think we're well positioned between Block and Wave, our software company, to serve their needs.
You've done some surveys as well of how they're managing their businesses this year. What have been some of the sort of surprising takeaways to you and how you can capitalize on that?
Well, I think it really reflects the multiple hats that small business owners wear. So we've been staying in touch with a panel of small business owners since the summer, understanding their struggles, how they're recovering, what they're worried about. And we were stunned to see that most of them have not turned to any professional advisor for help. And so, if you think about if you're an entrepreneur, you have so many worries right now. And our message to them is get help. There's so many things you can be taking advantage of to improve cash flow, think about your entity structure, to have tax strategies, things that a small business owner shouldn't worry about. So we want to take that off their shoulders so they can worry about running their business they do best.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.